Hello, welcome back. Today we are going to do Destiny 1 Wrath of the Machine, the fourth and final raid that ever came out to Destiny 1. Now, I did Destiny 1 on the Xbox 360, so I never had access to Rise of Iron expansion because I couldn't get it and play it. So yeah, again, this is going to be a voiceover. So to start off the encounter, there are three people defend the left, middle, and right machines. That's the machines that have like a white line around it and something right next to. While two people run around and stand in those white beams of light and then dunk it at one of those machines. While the sixth person, that person just kind of roams around and does whatever. You really only just need five people for the beginning of Wrath of the Machine. So yeah, um, just use a shotgun. If you have outbreak, it is surprisingly good against the big shank. So once you have one, you stun the charges, bombs start to drop, and you pick them up and chuck them at Vosik. So yeah. Now the stuff that I'm picking up, everyone calls them bombs. I think they're called bombs. I could be wrong. But yeah, whole community calls them bombs. Just pick them up and chuck them at Vosik. Now, damaging Vosik, there are two strategies. The shoot him strategy or the shotgun strat. The shotgun strat is basically one person runs up with a sword, guards, he slams, and then everyone else rushes forward and uses a shotgun. And yeah, it works surprisingly well. But when he stomps, you normally die. So yeah. The other strategy is where you shoot him with Spindle and Sleeper Simmon or Horn. But yeah, this is me picking up the charges and running around the map to get the charges. So I'm doing the role of a runner. I'm just like the sixth person that goes wherever. Just slightly struggling. But yeah, we just dunk it. So I'm dunking at the white machine. And yeah, that's basically what the one does. The left, right, or middle, the defenders just defend the machine from those big shanks. Because if the big shank gets to the machine, it drains the charge. And yeah, those big shanks, if they get to the machine, then they drain the charge. And then the ones have to dunk another time. So yeah, the beginning, pretty straightforward. Kind of like all the other raids, pretty straightforward. So those are little shanks. I used to just if you don't have outbreak, just shotgun that shank. But yeah, outbreak can be pretty good against that shank. Don't know what type of shank you want to call that. But yeah. Oh, I'm dead. Yep, now we're just throwing the bombs and we pretty much rinse and repeat until he retreats. He retreats when he's like 1-8, I guess? I don't know. So yeah, Vosik kinda sniped me. Now if you're throwing bombs, just throw all the bombs because they do 13,000 damage per throw on Vosik, so pretty good gun, damage. Now you can typically two-face him in the beginning, but yeah, I'm just saying me and my team, yeah, we weren't that good, so this raid took a little bit more longer. I did do 3 raid ones, and yeah, I got the shortest footage and just slapped it together. But yeah, pretty much just gonna repeat. The loadout kind of just wants to be shotgun, assault rifle, and maybe rocket launcher. Shotgun for that shank can maybe damage the boss, assault rifle, no, any type of primate to be honest. Probably not hand cannon, I don't know. And then once that yellow bar goes all the way, or makes a full circle, it goes yellow then red, that's when you know when to throw the bombs. So yeah, that's how you know. But you can also just hear that little sound right before we throw bombs. Yep, that sound right there. So yeah, he's pretty weak. All we really need was just to do slightly more damage. But yeah, that's the end of this encounter, or the beginning. Now I do like how ways are like, you know what, we're gonna go through like one of the biggest places you wanted to get into. That's the nice thing about raids for Destiny 1. Like Corridor, you went into like the big pit of death. This one you can't go into the big servitor. It looks like a servitor slash a giant eyeball. For Oryx you went to the Court of Oryx portal, and then for Vault you went to the big vault door. Yeah, you were like, huh, wonder what comes out there. But this part, pretty much parkour. Not really. But yeah, basically you come up here, get a little chest. Pretty cool looking chest. You can use those Siva thingamabobs. The red things are in a great background. Once you get 10 of them, you can combine them, and then every counter you do, there are 2 chests, and if you combine 10 of those, you get a Siva key, and you can open up a chest for extra loot. So, this one, I am going to show the little secret route to get the secret chest. So, yeah. The normal route, you pretty much just go straight forward. I'll show that after this one. So yeah, basically kind of need to hug the top of the wall on the left hand side. I'm just like debating about if I should go that way, and yeah. But yeah, you basically get to the top of that, take a left, and then you kind of make your way through this spot. Now what? It's kind of just like the inside of a big wall. So yeah, there's a little secret chest. Slide in there, jump up there, come down, sit guy. And then this jump I always kind of struggle on because you pretty much just do hug it. If you jump too far to the edge, you just slide off, and then it's just the right spot. Now this part is pretty much a repeat, but I'm just going to take the normal route. So yeah, there's light. Oh, also the floor. Some parts of the floor fall, so heads up. But yeah, this one it's the same parkour room. I'm just doing it the normal way. So you pretty much just jump straight. Pretty straightforward. And now you need a jump. Then you can just make your way up this little tunnel. Alright, next encounter is Vosik. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly, but it's V-O-S-I-K. So, 2 people left, 2 people mid, 2 people right. You kill ads, pick up bombs, throw them in Vosik, and then you shoot the monitor. Pretty simple, but Vosik is one of those bosses where if you have a bad team, it's gonna take you 2 hours, but if you have a good team, it'll only take you like 6 minutes. So I'm in middle. You basically stop by signing where those middle ads spawn. You pick up those bombs. Front bomb is always the most deadly, and you just check out Vosik. Oh yeah. So basically, there's a countdown. Kind of forgot about that. So once bombs drop, someone says 3, 2, 1, pick up bombs. Well, sorry, I just did. Alright, so once you throw your bombs, he's gonna summon monitor. I'm gonna say left side, and everyone shoots the left monitor. After that, you just kind of repeat the process until it's damaged. Every time you throw the bomb at Vosik, it removes his little white shield. So yeah. So you kill ads, you wait for that noise. Someone says pick up bombs, and then they say throw in 3, 2, 1, and when they say 1, everyone throws. Because if we all throw one at a time, it won't do any damage. You gotta throw as a team. So yeah. After you throw the bombs, you wait for that little noise, and then you look up and shoot the monitor. You know which monitor to shoot because it'll have a changing red symbol. If you do not kill the monitor in time, it will turn red, and your team will have to get into 4 safe rooms, 2 on left, 2 on right. To know if they're on, there's going to be a little light above them. So yeah. Vosik can be complex, cannot be. If you have a bad team, you're probably gonna struggle. If you're a good team, it might take a few tries. Now for this part, there's the shotgun strat and the shooting strat is someone pops bubble, tether, and everyone just unloads with sleepers, a sniper, or Galahorn. The shotgun strat is where everyone, well, you wait for the final bomb throw, and then you say get to the left side, everyone throws the bomb, and then someone baits with the sword, and yeah, you'll see that little process. So we're doing the shotgun strat in this one. Now the shotgun strat is very good damage, but if you fuck up, yeah, it's pretty much a wipe. So I'm gonna self-roll lock, so I just break the slam with a death, and yeah, just unload. And then once you see the monitors turn red, or that little message at the bottom right, Siva critical, you get into the room. Now to know which room is on, it's gonna have a little light. So you slide into that room and then shoot that panel to the right, or that is pulsing yellow. If you do not shoot that in time, you will die. So yeah, there are 2 rooms left, 2 rooms white. When it says critical, that's when the rooms will light up. Now only 2 rooms will light up, so someone has to say 1 left, 1 white, or they could be both on white side. So you want to call it out so everyone can get to the room in time. Because if you're not in the room, because once the monitors go red, you got like a few seconds to get into those rooms and close the door, because if you don't, you all die. And once you get him like below half health, shanks come out, and they're more easy to deal with. Recommendation: you can use a scout rifle or just 2-tap them, but if you have a high impact hand cannon, use that because that can one-shot them. Plate Brainer, the Siva hand kick, the Wrath of the Machine cannon, and yeah. In my opinion, white side and getting the front bomb is probably the hardest and the most deadly, because you don't have a lot of cover on that side. Left side, in my opinion, is probably the most easiest one. Middle, it's okay. You don't really have any cover, plus you have a boss. But if you're doing callouts, then people that are doing callouts should be in middle, because they can see the monitors, all 3 of them. Now on 370, little, you would say left side, and you kind of need to find the small monitor that has a symbol. But we're doing it on 380, so it's just 3 monitors, really big. So white side monitor. If you have Ballcaster, you should probably be mid, because that's a pretty good sword for this encounter. But if you're on left, white, or middle, an exotic sword can be helpful. You can A, shoot all the ads, or what I like to do sometimes on left or right side is just get Doctrine Kill Range Rider, and then just hit RB against all the ads. So I am baiting the slam, don't know why he slammed so late, and then you pretty much shotgun him. Again, the other strategy is someone pops bubble and everyone else tethers and sleepers and gather horns and spindle him. So yeah, that's Vosik. The first time I did Vosik, I was on left side, and yeah. So now this part is the second parkour part, I guess, or encounter. I don't know what you want to call this, but yeah, pretty much go down this nice little tunnel of joy with those little things saying hello. So yeah, nice to see them saying hello, and yeah, probably dying to them. So for this part, yeah, floors just do that. So you want to be a bit careful. Now for both parkour things, the main goal is just to go straight. I kind of wish you had to it was like a little maze, but yeah, whatever. It is a wall after all. So you basically just go straight. Now I can go up high or down low. I am going to go, oh no, I'm taking the normal path. Never mind. So there is a secret path to get a secret chest. I'm gonna show that at the end of the video. So yeah, this is the download path, kind of the same place. Yeah, great wall off jump. This part, when I first did it, I didn't really know where to go, and then I realized, oh wait, I go over there, and yeah, I died. So yeah, fun jumping puzzle. Pretty much climb back up. I don't really know what, and I guess those are crate holders to hold like those big metal crates, but I don't know what they're doing inside this wall where as you can see, the wall does not have a floor underneath, so yeah, that's perfect logic, it's fine. And then there's another chest over there. So there's a secret path to get one chest, and then if you go to that platform and jump up, there's another secret chest that way. Again, I'll show both secret chest locations at the end of the video. So potato potato. Next encounter is Siege Engine. If you have a tether or a bubble titan, very helpful because you kind of need it. So you basically come up here, you kill all the ads here. I'm trying to get over there as fast as I can. Don't know why, but yeah. There will only just be ads here and there, and you just need to kill them all to get the encounter to start. This is a little cool cutscene of the Siege Engine. Yeah, I think this is what it's called, Siege Engine. Yeah, it is. Now the account is called that, but the community calls it a Siege Engine because it's crooked spell. So if you have a sniper, you can shoot those little, I guess, turrets. Yeah, I kind of forgot to equip the scout rifle. You want a scout rifle or a sniper? You want to do a tether there, and that tethers all the ads. And if you don't deal with those ads, they yeah, you kind of get overwhelmed and die. So the siege engine slowly comes forward, and you're supposed to shoot those little turrets next to that red circle. Once you destroy both turrets, that panel opens up, and you shoot that to get the siege engine wall to open up so you can jump on the side. Now I'm just gonna sit over here to chill while a giant machine comes to squish me. But yeah, that's a little cool animation of the siege engine thing going down. But yeah, You need to get rid of those 2 turrets and then shoot out that glowing core to be able to jump on top of the siege engine. Because if you don't, well then you can't get on the siege engine. So yeah. So now this part, yeah, this Destiny 1 has a few glitches, so you're gonna see a Titan or a Hunter using potlets, and you basically bug the game so you basically can jump with the pot. So yeah, I would do it legit, but pretty much the only way I can find raid teams in Destiny 1 now these days in 2022 is yeah, but I'll pretty much do one of shit. Siege Engine, don't really have any memories of it, just know a lot of death. So so basically you shoot down this turret, you shoot down the yellow thing, you get on the siege engine, you ride it till here, and then you jump across all the way to that ship, dropping the parts. You kill those guys, and then you pick up those siege engine parts and carry them back to the siege engine to put them in. I know that was probably confusing, but it's basically it's basically what we do here. If you have Dark Drinker, recommend, or a shotgun, I used to start with a sniper, and then once I got to once we took down the siege engine and I got on it, I would just switch to a shotgun. Oh, also a walker comes out, so heads up. So if you don't really get the 3 parts in the correct part in the siege engine, the siege engine overheats and the counter fails. Now, someone is supposed to stay, well, you don't have to, but some people had like to just have someone stay on the ship, or the siege engine I mean, and kill Aksis, I think that's what that guy called, but you basically need to kill that captain to have the rank Lair. So, in order to get the siege engine thing up, you can't really jump, so you need to down the walker, or destroy one of its legs and kill that fallen captain to have a little ramp lowered so you can carry up the siege engine parts. Also, you kind of want to be a bit careful because sometimes when that walker gets back up, he can yeah, he can do that. So yeah, he has a little stability. So you kind of need to do matchy. The warhead that goes here where the yellow is. The square thingamabob just goes over there by that engine thruster. I like to say it's green, and then the I forgot what that part's called, but the blue thing goes there. So yellow in middle, blue, and then green square thing goes over there. After that, you pretty much have the encounter done. So siege engine, pretty fun thing. If you don't really have any snipers, it's gonna be a small problem, but whatever. So yeah, this is when you're on top of the wall. Now, why they put the walls sideways on top of this big wall, I don't really know. But yeah, we basically wide the siege engine, and now that I think about it, what the heck made this hole in the wall? Huh. That's a pretty good question. But yeah, you basically why the siege engine turret falls off. And it has a pretty cool falling animation. I'm just trying to get a good view for you guys right here. So it just slowly tips over the edge. And then it kind of makes a little splash. Kind of looks like a spider. But yeah, pretty cool animation on Activision and Bungie. There's probably some other game develops in Destiny 1, but those are kind of the main 2 for Destiny 1. But yeah, if you combine 10 keys, you can open up those chests. Siege engine, you get the chest. Vosik, you can get the boots, helmet, you get from the last encounter every single time, in every single raid. But basically you start out with the class item, and then at the beginning, and then at the last encounter it drops the helmet and maybe arms. So I'm gonna go up and take this video to get chest. So you kind of just need to make your way upwards to get this secret chest. Once you get here, you kind of just go back and forth. So yeah, you just want to get in that little pipe. Now you can get the secret chests every time you do the raid. Well, once a week. Once a week per character. If you like do a raid 2 times in a week, like one on Monday, well, if you do one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday, the second time you do the raid you won't get anything. Every Tuesday Destiny resets, and so there's all the new drops. So yeah, this part you can make your way down carefully by jumping. I always just prepare to get a sword out, guard, and then jump down the hole. So yeah, basically what I did. After that, you kind of just make your way forward. Kind of like how I went to like a cave, and then it just goes into like a war mine, or a war. I don't know what you want to call this place. I call it a war mine shelter, I guess. I don't know. Pretty cool how I went to a cave, and then it just boom, war mine. Hello. Now apparently Rasputin lured Felwinter and the rest of the Underlords here so he could destroy Felwinter, because Felwinter was made by Rasputin, and Rasputin didn't want Felwinter to have access to all the war mined I guess intel stuff, or Aksis I mean. So he pretty much lured Felwinter to the Siva place, and Siva kind of, killed him and then went haywire. Now, of course, the rest of the Underlords was like, you know what, let's go help out Felwinter. So yeah, that's basically the story behind. I know I'm glossing over it, like, there's a lot more detail to it, but that's basically the gist. For that little maze, you can A-card the left side or the right side, but you typically walk all the way straight until you hit the wall, you take a right, and then you just hug the left hand side. And then you can just make your way here. Now this room, I always wondered why they had this room, because it's a pretty cool room, but you think they would have like a little counter here. Well, they don't. Turns out it's part of the Outbreak Perfected to get Outbreak Prime in Destiny 1. To get Outbreak Prime, you basically need to do siege, do a bunch of stuff, then do siege again, and do the monitors. And that room gives, well, that room that was just in gives you the 4th monitor. It cut because I disconnected, and yeah, so that's why I look different, but basically same thing. Anywho, I know I'm probably a bit behind, but when I first saw this big ramp leading down to this red thingamabob, yeah, kind of big. Like, I know it's Earth, but god damn, this is a big chasm or cave. When I first did this, I think a lot of people were like, huh, I wonder if this part does anything. It doesn't, so you can basically, just jump down. And yeah. Alright, this encounter. I don't know the name exactly, everyone just calls it Aksis Phase 1. So, 2 people go left, 2 people go right, 2 people go middle. That's kind of the gist for all the raids. 2 left, 2 middle, 2 right. So, I'm gonna use middle as an example because I'm in middle. Now, one person kills the captain and grabs his cannon. That cannon is going to be arc, shoulder, or void. And once you know what cannon you have, you're gonna pick it up and then shoot those servitors that come out. And then those bomb people are gonna pick up that bomb and chuck it at I guess these little Siva diamond things that pop up by Aksis. Um, I am the cannon dude for this encounter. Also there are turrets at 380. So right before you kill the captain, take down the turret, and then kill the captain, the turret will F your day up severely. If you're on left or right side, there's going to be this pillar with a thick yellow line. If you stay behind that line, the turret will not target you. You can kind of see that in the distance. It's like black and yellow striped. So yeah. I have an arc cannon, so I just take down the arc servitors or the blue servitors I have that need popping out them. Once you throw all the bombs, you can stick there in the middle and kill all those shanks. But most of the time, everyone just comes all the way to the back, hugs the back, and then just takes out the shanks. But you really don't need to shoot or waste time with the shanks if you're here, because after a while they just despawn. So yeah, you basically do that and then you repeat. Every time more little Siva boxes appear. So yeah, taking out Captain. Well, I'm not taking out Captain now, but so yeah, basically kill ads, take out turret, look around for Captain. That's Solar Captain, so I'm gonna run over with Doctrine here. Do that, pick up the Solar Cannon, jump up here, and then go look for the Solar Servitors. Now, everyone, or at least the people with the cannons or the bombs, actually everyone, basically, someone's going to say what side Solar. So I have Solar Cannon, so I go over there and kill the white side Solar Servitor. And yeah, you basically need to do the call outs for this part. Vosik, not too call out heavy. This part for Aksis, yeah, call outs very useful because a Solar, Void, and Arc Servitor are going to spawn left, right, and middle, and then the people with the cannons have to go find the servitors, kill the servitors, so the people that are doing bombs can pick up the bombs and then throw them at the see like diamond plus X sign that pops up around Aksis. This boss is called Aksis, A-K-S-I-S. No wait, A-K-S-I-S. Yeah. But yeah, you basically do this little phase 3 times. You gonna want a sword. If not, just use a shotgun because those guys will yeah, don't use a sniper. If you use a sniper, use a sword. If you use a shotgun, maybe a rocket launcher, I don't know. But yeah, basically pick up the cannon. This cannon's void. I said middle Solar. People are still looking over there. I say off white because that's the Servitor. And so I know Void's gonna come over here. Now to down the Servitor, you get the cannon, you shoot it at the Servitor, and once you hit shoot, you hold the R2 button or the shoot button to charge the thing, and then count for 3 seconds and then release. And then that will one shot the Servitor, because if you don't, you're gonna have that's your only way to do it. So yeah. I'm just going around killing the Void Servitors. Now right here, this is where you want to yeah, right there. See that plus sign that has that's crossing red? That's where you want to throw those Siva bombs. Once you throw the Siva bombs, they stop flowing and then go down. Now, if you're bomb people, if you're on the left side, you want to work from left to right. If you're on right side, you want to work from right to left. If you're in middle, you just want to work in middle to left or right. So that way, you just get all of them. Now, on the final phase, they hide everywhere by Aksis. So, yeah, this encounter is Aksis, the final encounter. So, two people left, two people middle, two people white. Um, yeah, so two people left, two people middle, two people white. There are no turrets on this encounter, but you have Aksis shooting those red balls of pain that are really annoying because yeah, it kind of obscure your vision. But you do this encounter, basically you um sometimes you want for this encounter there are going to be shanks, you kill the shanks, recommendations, high impact cannon, scout rifle. I typically just use a scout rifle to attack with shanks. So yeah. You kill the shanks, you wait for the captain to spawn, you kill the captain, you picked up the cannon, you look around for your servitors, and you shoot the servitors while the bomb people pick up the bombs, and this time they're going to throw them at Aksis, the big boss that is shooting those things. Now, while that is happening, once the captains come out, 3 people are going to become empowered. To know if you're empowered, you're going to have that blue stuff around the screen and a little thing at the bottom left of the screen saying empowered. So if you're empowered, you're going to say empowered left side, empowered right side, or empowered middle. Now, because you're empowered, you'll kind of see that in a moment. But beginning, you split into teams of 2 people left, 2 people right, 2 people mid. Kill your captains, pick up the bombs, shoot the servitors, bomb people, throw the bombs at Aksis. I don't know how many bombs you need, but once you throw the final one, Aksis is gonna teleport left, right, front middle, or back middle, and the people empowered need to jump on his back and hold X to stun him. That way people can do damage. And every time, and now you get he teleports. Every time he is about to teleport, well, every time you stun him, 3 new people are going to get empowered, and they need to say left, right, or middle. If the right side empowered, you want to stick on the right side, so if he teleports there, you can get him. If you're middle, you kind of want to stay in the middle, so you can get front or back, and then if you're on left side, you want to stay on left side. Because if you don't slam him in like 5 or less seconds, the damage phase ends and he teleports to middle. Now, we did kind of screw up. Well, someone screwed. Well, yeah, we had a miscommunication at the end of this on the third stage. Now, once he teleports for the third and final time, he's going to teleport to the middle, and now he's going to do this thing. Everyone needs to come to the back and get on one of these pillars. Most of the time, people go from left to right. This is left pillar. And yeah, you kind of just work from one side all the way to the other. Now once you're on that pillar, he's going to do a work mechanic. If you're not on that pillar, you die. So yeah, don't really want to do that. And then once you do that, it's just repeat. So yeah, this Aksis boss phase 1 and this phase, yeah, kind of caught heavy. So can shanks. When I first did this, I was in the middle and I saw someone using sword killing the shanks, so I pretty much joined in. And yeah, if you're gonna use a sword, make sure the whole side is using a sword because it will become messy very quick. If you're on left or right, don't use a sword, but if you're middle, you can just use a sword and go ham. Middle, for battle mission, you don't really want to use a sword. Left and right, if you are, make sure 2 people are using swords, so I don't know, at least one. Well, yeah, basically. So I have the arc cannon. I'm just gonna go look around and hear out the cards for arc. I'm gonna say it's for the left. Void Middle, Aqua White, Evading, Aqua Middle. Now, I am not the only one calling out, a lot of people are also calling, well, everyone from Life should be calling out these servitors. Now, if you don't throw enough bombs in time, he goes into that mechanic and he wipes you all, so, yeah, make sure you do that. Now, I said empower left side, so I'm gonna come over to the left side and get ready. I'm gonna jump on his back and stand on his back. And then if you're a Titan, you kind of want to use Marble so you can get weapons of light if you're a Tether. Yeah, for some reason, most of the time a Warlock or a Titan uses Melting Point and yeah, rather than machine Tether. Most of the time, like I feel bad, but like most of the time Warlock or a Titan is there, so team typically decides to just use that so yeah, got Aksis pretty weak. Yeah, he was able to get away. He thought it was final stand, but it wasn't. So yeah, he basically had to pick a. We went left. Oh no, okay, I guess we went right. So yeah. You just want to make sure everyone goes to the same pillar, because if 4 people choose all the pillars, that means you only have 1 more try left. So yeah, if no one stuns him, you have to go to a pillar. After each summons phase, you gotta go to a pillar. He teleports 3 times. On the 3rd time, he stays the longest, so that's when you kind of want to pop your supers and stuff. And then once you get him weak enough, he goes into final phase. So basically, he teleports to the center of the room, or where he started, and then everyone else just unloads on him. So yeah, that's pretty much Wrath. I know I probably did a crap job explaining it. Don't really have many mutinies because I pretty much not made the video. But yeah, Wrath was the final raid for Destiny 1. This one, I always wondered, like, it's kind of weird how they never made a Cabal raid. Well, in Destiny 2, they kind of made up for it because they did like 3, 4 Cabal raids, Leviathan and the Worlds, Fun Sorrow, and then Spiral Stars. There might be a 5th one, but yeah. So they kind of just did 4 Cabal raids in Destiny 2 to make up for Destiny 1. Destiny 1, it was God of Glass, then Folder, then King's Fall, then Wrath of the Machine. So yeah. But yeah, basically for Aksis, this phase, or for this encounter, I mean, and okay, so this is where we kind of fucked up. No one got on his back in time, so yeah, we kind of fucked up because no one was on white side, or was whitey on white side. So yeah, that's what happens if no one slams on his back in time. So yeah, kind of just teleports there, and yeah. So you have about 5 phases to kill him, because yeah, I think you have like 5 phases to kill him. So yeah, 5. But yeah, because we didn't do it, we just need to repeat that little process over again. Kill ads, kill captain, shoot the servitors, pick up bombs, throw out Vosik, and then damage. Now, if you pick up a canyon and you drop a cannon, you can't pick up the bomb because you'll have like a bomb knockout. So yeah, if you pick up a bomb, I don't know if you have a knockout on the cannons, I kind of forgot. I'm pretty sure you don't, but that's why you want it 3 people doing cannons and 3 people doing bombs. The bomb people stay on left, right, and middle, and then the cannon people kind of just move around the map so you can kill the separatists. Oh, also, if you don't kill the separatists in time, they go to this plate in the back that goes red, and if they stand in that plate long enough, it triggers a, not a white mechanic, but like a phase. So, you actually want to kill those separatists before you continue the plate. The plate is a bit far, but for middle, it's all the way in the back. For left and right side, is pretty much behind that yellow line that I was talking about, or behind that pillar. So, yeah, you want to be a bit quick. If they get on that plate, I think you need to go to the back and get on one of those pillars. But I think I think it's okay if one of them do. I can't remember because most of the time, you're on top of the servitors and you normally die to sudden Aksis and then sliding off the map, accidentally falling off the map, or, yeah, dying. Aksis and Wrath for Vosik, yeah, once one person dies, normally a second person dies, and then a third. You only need 3 people for Vosik, but yeah, showing A side is a bit difficult. Same thing for Wrath. Wrath is a bit more punishing on the whole death thing. Now this one is just the Aksis spawning animation, the Aksis spawn animation. So yeah, pretty cool animation. This clip is just the little secret chests after Vosik. So we just defeated Vosik, and I'm going to take the almost died there. Yeah, I'm going to take the little secret path to get the secret chest. So that's the normal chest way. Now I'm taking the little secret pathway. So you kind of just jump up here. This is kind of a cool room in my opinion. Don't really know why you have it, but yeah, there's a monitor in this room. You gotta get into a tricky jump. So that's one secret chest. Once you pick up that secret chest, you kind of just jump down onto that beam and you continue. And then I'm basically gonna get to the end, 180 on that little platform that I was shooting at and jumping at, and then I'm gonna jump up and get that secret chest there. Yep, but yeah, we basically jump up there and walk across all the way into the secret chest. After that, you can 180 and continue to the siege engine. So that's Wrath of the Machine. I know I did a pretty bad job of explaining it, and I'm sorry. But yeah,